beauties, welcome back. We are on season 2, episode 10 of Sister Wives this time. This one is called Gambling on the Future, and I actually don't hate that title. I think I mentioned that a little bit last episode, and I don't know, it's like a funny pun. This one we're going to be just basically packing is what the description said, but I almost know for a fact that we're not just going to be packing because this is a 40-minute long episode, so there's going to be like probably a lot more content put in it, just like they do for all of the episodes where the description doesn't actually cover like everything that's in it. And also we're going to be seeing, I think the second time that we've seen the Browns, the mean people, pack up. So the first time was when we were moving Robin closer to the big family, the OG3 in Utah. And this time we're going to be packing up, it looks like, to move to Las Vegas. And I don't know if we're still looking at houses at this point. Probably not though, because like when we got there we were kind of homeless technically in a way. So that's going to be great to watch. Obviously amazing, super slay. And I'm hoping I'm right. There's going to be more content than just the movie. I'm sure we can like make a lot of fun content with that. I feel like we're a pretty entertaining family, but I'm ready to see what we do with our packing skills and what else we have in store for this episode.
I like marriage. Adopted a faith that embraces that lifestyle.
Cute. I wish they kept that part where he was like, I like marriage and I'm a repeat offender. That was funny.
Hi. This is Janelle.
They're separating the family. We're reminiscing on the times that we had together.
We have decided that we're going to move to Nevada.
Woo! Home means Nevada.
We haven't told the little kids yet. I need you to listen. All right.
Oh, we're telling the little kids now. This is like the meeting room area.
We want to keep the family together. Nothing can break it. We are moving to Las Vegas.
Yes! I know, crazy. I like this home.
Who's saying yes?
You're in your mind.
Are you crazy? I like this home. It's giving.
It's been a special place, hasn't it? What's magical about our home is us.
Yeah.
We apologize that we've had to be kind of secretive and careful about this, but we're going to move in 3 days.
What a shock to put on your kids like out of nowhere.
But listen, son, I understand. I can't have my family live here in fear.
I don't know if it was a good idea to wait for such a long time to like tell the little kids about this. I feel like that might have been information that maybe they would have liked to know.
I think the people in Vegas are going to be a lot more tolerant.
Tolerance, a fun word. That's so cute. She's getting comforted. Sorry, it's not cute, but it's like adorable that she finds comfort in her sibling. I don't know.
This is extremely important. You can't tell anybody else.
I have a question. Where's Leo gonna do?
We didn't have the most positive experience in public school.
Oh yeah, they were put in private school.
Wouldn't it be fun for all of you guys to go to the same school?
Nothing there for Leo.
Well, just as much as
the
we do.
church.
I don't think it's especially unique in Leon's situation.
Well, I think they should be able to choose.
And you should remember a very important mantra.
Where we go one, we go all.
Where we go one, we go all.
It's get fan behavior.
But I don't feel like a child. I made a list of things.
That is so well thought out and well planned to make a list.
The first reason is the dance. In a couple of weeks.
Friends, staying because of school, staying because of church. All these very valid things, at least to a teenager.
I feel like logistically they could have stayed. Maybe Mary could have stayed with them.
I understand the importance of your spiritual social network, but that's not something I feel comfortable until you're 18.
How old are they right now? Like 14? I feel like his point is also valid, but like Leon has a life here and they should be allowed to stay, at least with adult supervision.
My job that I was given by God
My God.
was to take care of you in my realm and have you in my home until you're married.
The until you're married part is wild.
It was very easy to be empathetic going through a very similar experience. I'm leaving my career.
Yeah, same vibes. I think in Leon's situation, it was unique only because they had more of like an emotional stake to Utah, whereas the rest of the older kids didn't really have as much of a, I don't know, an anchor there as much as they did. They all did, but like, I feel like maybe that's why they mentioned Leon.
Should we pack some stuff in your room? Plan of attack, put it in a box. We have all day tomorrow, and we're supposed to take off Monday morning.
My birthday?
Dayton's birthday is tomorrow.
That's terrible. No.
We're gonna do a party later.
Oh, that's awful timing, poor thing.
On Monday, we're supposed to take off in the morning.
Sometimes we would celebrate Mary and Dayton's birthday together. For Mary's 39th, I'm pretty sure we celebrated that conjoined with Dayton's.
I was actually angry at God a little bit, going, why are you letting this happen to us?
All of the God stuff is so side-eye to me. Because, like, the older I get, the more I'm, like, so against the whole Christian God thing. And, like, I dislike it so much more and more and more.
What are you guys doing?
Don't worry, I got my special package.
I just barely emptied out some boxes and put it away. I mean, like within the last few months, seriously.
Whenever we moved, we would go to, like, Walmart and stuff and, like, ask them if they had, like, spare boxes. Because we didn't really have the money to spare to, like, buy bulk boxes.
I thought it was here. I seriously just finished unpacking. Oh, dang it, I'm so sorry.
Right now the mood is just so melancholy.
I think the whole fear with the investigation and stuff is dramatizing the emotions behind the move.
All right, I'm gonna start a box for books.
Well, I've packed all the books except your cookbooks.
Look at him go.
I kind of want to stay, kind of want to go. It's iffy.
I just want to grade my head against a cheese grater.
I feel like Hunter has a big stake in it too because of his, like, the fact that he's in football right now. It's harder to leave when you're in sports, I feel like.
We're not stealing or murdering. They think that they need to go after us because why? They have no reason.
I still, like, want to know, like, what would have actually happened if they'd have stayed or we'd have stayed.
If you have a mistress, everyone's like,
You the man.
yeah. But when a guy decides that he wants to take care of this woman and her children, it's against the law.
It's kind of anti-women, I'm not gonna lie. It's also, the religion itself is also anti-women, to be fair.
I just found 26 of my sister's obituaries. My mom and I are sitting here having a laughing yet crying kind of moment. So now we're gonna use some of her obituary papers to pack.
It's valid to keep it though, like, it kind of keeps her in their heart.
She would have been up there every day helping me pack for this move. I know she would have, there's no doubt in my mind.
That's sweet. That's sad. People tend to do that often, actually.
We're moving to Las Vegas in a few days.
I thought they were leaving on Monday.
And Mona, our real estate agent, finally finds this place, big everything, for the whole family, and we can rent it for a month.
Just, like, get them on their feet. That's solid, Mona.
It's not available till Tuesday.
Okay, no, never mind. There we go. They're leaving on Tuesday, not Monday.
Janelle actually isn't comfortable with delaying a day. No, she wants to get out of here. And it's a little freaky, but the sheriff drove by today. I've always idolized police and thought, oh, they're the cool guys.
Aspen goes, there's a sheriff that's been driving up and down our road.
I love, like, the circles as if we can't literally see it. Like, here is the sheriff on the other half of the screen.
I'm a little nervous.
She's never shared a kitchen with the other wives, so she doesn't know what that's going to be like much.
Oh, yeah. This is going to be so new and fresh and funky fresh.
Hey, you know what? I'll give you, for your birthday, a $20 bill if you give me a hug. Everybody's got their price, and he ain't cheap.
You can buy some cool stuff for your new room. Leo
Is involved in church quite a bit, and it is extremely hard to think about moving away from all of that.
That's embarrassing. I'm totally going to bully them about this. I'm going to be like, you were involved in church a lot, loser. Loser. Be like, you were obsessed with Joseph Smith. Ooh, side eye.
We, Tuesday morning, as early as we can stand to, the rental isn't available till Tuesday afternoon. Right now, we just need to take, like, the essentials.
That trailer's not big enough for all of our ones and the beds and all the furniture that we're
Holy
taking.
cow, I'm not taking any of my stuff.
Just get a big U-Haul.
I really actually don't want to rent anything. I don't want to draw a lot of attention to ourselves.
Too late.
Too late. What?
Our relationship is struggling right now because I just feel like he's just like, you know, whatever, we'll just take it as it comes.
There's enough involved. I have to just trust fate. Either way.
He's very impatient with them right now.
I have let the fear get to me, my children.
So I don't have enough room in that trailer. I have to get another trailer or a truck.
Well, we're gonna look very obviously like we're moving then.
I mean, yeah. I don't see how that's a problem.
We take bunk beds and we take clothes and dishes. That's all we need.
It can be hard not to be upset with him when he behaves like this.
I think that we should just go tomorrow.
Robin doesn't. In reality, we're driving out of here. We got 6, 7, 8 hours we'll be on the road. that we can be stopped.
Honestly, knowing them though, they would make a 2-day trip out of it. Us.
In the end, we can only make assumptions. I'm sorry. I plan on leaving Tuesday morning.
Why? Because you and Robin just decided it when you were over there?
Ooh, the sass, Mary.
Rebecca just thought we had police drive by again.
They see something out in the front, Dad.
Right now we're making decisions based on fear.
Okay, wait, I totally thought they were just being dramatic, but now I'm like, the police are like there.
I finally had to just say, we're just leaving Tuesday.
It's giving alpha.
Buddy, I'm really concerned that the sheriff has been by and the Lehigh police.
There's 300 miles between here and Freedom.
And freedom.
Okay, so in 2 days, 7 a.m. We're out of here.
Watch them leave at like 12.
I have a question.
Listen, sweetheart, you're going to go with us.
I know I'm going with you, but can I come back?
I tried to be so sympathetic. I tried to be gentle and kind about it.
Finally just realized that we are moving. We're all in it together.
Well, we're having Dayton's birthday party. We're in the middle of a move.
You couldn't have like saved it?
We're just trying to make him feel special a little bit.
That's fair, actually. Yeah, make him feel special. I can see it.
Saying goodbye is not easy.
Especially saying goodbye to snow. Living in Las Vegas and like not being around snow as much sucked. I hated it. I think snow as an adult isn't as fun, but as a kid, it's like, it's amazeballs. And it's like irresistible. And part of me was like, it's a necessary part of your development. This is so random, but I'm very passionate about it. And I'm so sad that I like no longer enjoy snow. Also, excuse the throat. I've been like losing my voice more and more.
The press found out, basically, that we're moving. And so we were going to leave tomorrow morning, but now because of that, we feel the need to absolutely get out of here. All the cleaning we were gonna do, everything like that, we're not doing. We're having family come in and take care of the rest of it.
Yeah, we just kind of left a mess.
Our big house in Utah is just left. We're leaving in such a rush that we don't have time to do anything with it. Robin's house is rented. We don't own the house, so we need to completely move her out.
Look at her getting spoiled. Just kidding. Like, that was totally a joke.
These are the roses from my wedding bouquet, and these are the headbands for the girls.
The hat that she's wearing is so, like, patriotic to Las Vegas.
This is not the America that I learned about when I was in school.
Oh my god. She must have not read the history books, bro.
We need to get all the rest of Robin's stuff in. Cody parked the truck and the trailer here, and he left and has the keys with him.
It's brain damage to move this group. It frustrates me beyond belief.
He left with the keys?
It's like we should be done. There is stuff, there is space. Put it in the damn car and let's go. Hurry, hurry.
It sounds like an ambulance.
So a police siren goes by and everybody starts to panic.
That is not correct.
Let's just pray.
Yeah, I bet that was just an ambulance.
You know, I just want to bring the family together and bring that peace that comes with asking God to help us. Almighty Father, we're grateful for thy blessings. We're grateful for our family.
We used to pray like this back when we practiced Jewish traditions. It was kind of cool. It was kind of vibes.
Jesus wants me for a sunbeam.
This is the worst version I've ever heard of this song.
A sunbeam.
A sunbeam. Sunbeam for him. Worst version I've ever heard, actually.
If we stay, we get broken up. They raise their kids in fear.
Yeah, or we just don't do that. At this point, Leon was the only one that was like, yeah, I'm willing to do polygamy. And they were a freaking lesbian.
We were just a little bit naive.
Hopeful.
We are openly embraced by many, many people.
People have changed. The laws haven't changed.
I'll be a sunbeam for him.
That song kind of slaps, except that version kind of sucks. That might have been like my favorite song to sing in church. When we were in church, I was like, yeah, this is perfectly in my vocal range. I slayed it.
So we finally get the whole family loaded up and we leave.
Finally. In a way, they left early. You know, not 7 a.m. the next morning.
And all of a sudden, problems.
Of course. Oh, who guessed it?
Where the tire had pretty much just come off the rim.
So I bring Logan with me and we get there and the tire's shredded.
Yeah, didn't Robin duct tape it or something?
Now what we gotta do is we gotta find a tire place.
And it was Martin Luther King Day as well, so
a lot of businesses are
would be
closed.
on his birthday. So terrible. Oh my God, I remember this. Awful experience.
So we're sitting there, taking the kids out of the sports car, putting them in Janelle's car, over to Mary and Janelle and Christine where they're hanging out.
And they don't have the size of tires I'm supposed to have.
So we just bought a random tire?
Wow, now the tricky part is whether it fits.
That's the recipe for another flat. Do you not have a spare?
So 2 hours later, we finally get both of these tires fixed because we had to replace the other one to match them up because they're not the right size.
Did they replace all of the tires?
We start driving off again.
Oh no, something happened. I don't know.
Oh my God.
We haven't gone a full 1 mile.
It's like God is telling them they need to stay in Utah.
He starts getting angry.
I wasn't angry at you.
You were angry nonetheless.
I turned into a sailor for a minute. I was like, holy cow.
Holy cow. Profanity.
So far, we made like a 25-mile progress in 2-3 hours.
God, I'm so happy I was like so young at this time. Poor Logan has to help so much.
Mary, we said a prayer before we left, right? We did.
It's almost as if God doesn't exist. Shoot. And why would he help you if he did exist when there are tons of other kids that are insanely underprivileged and dying? Kooky. What a kooky thought.
Well, the spare in Janelle's car is actually a full spare. I'm going to put that one on. Huge mistake.
Big. Huge.
It wasn't a good fit. So now I realize that I've got to go back to the appropriate spare.
Yeah.
Bad idea. I try to take off a lug nut and it breaks. I start taking the next one off. It breaks also.
How are so many bad things happening in a row? Like, I remember it being chaotic, but this is so freaking stressful. It was like God testing their like determination and their conviction.
We've reserved a room just down the freeway a little bit, so we'll just go there and pick it up in the morning again.
God, so many bad things over and over and over again. And like, I definitely remember bad things happening every like 20 seconds. It was awful. It was so stressful and annoying to be in that car too. God, I'm glad that like I don't have to deal with that anymore.
We had all the breakdowns last night. We got new tread on a couple of cars this morning. We're ready to rock and roll. Another 200 miles, takes us about 4 hours, another flat tire.
Why is everything going wrong? I feel like it's bad karma to just drive with these people at all.
So the whole family's lined up there.
I remember this area.
The highway state trooper pulled up behind the truck.
They're not gonna take you to prison.
Want me to keep the kids off of the road. So he was more just concerned about our safety.
The older kids were great with that. They had us go to the fence. There was like a fence in the middle of between like the roads. They just had us stand there and be creepy at all the cars driving by. Just like stare at them.
I get the tire finished off. It's dark now.
I had a huge breakdown at that point.
Well, I know.
Because I'd been with the kids, listening to them.
We must move on now.
Like drum sound. We need to move on now.
I was in the truck
God, lucky her.
when I came up over the hill and I saw all the lights. I just thought, this is home now.
Well, are we past the border then?
Almost. We're almost past the border.
Yes.
You're gone.
How are they just now reaching Nevada if they're seeing so many lights?
Vegas is a sound, safe place for religious tolerance and religious freedom. It's my Plymouth Rock. We get into Vegas and we get into the vacation rental.
The vacation rental was so cool. Super fancy.
We had to sign some paperwork with Mona, our real estate agent, and I almost don't care. It's a peaceful enough place. I don't really know what the next day holds other than peace. A long time ago, I looked up to the heavens and I said to God, have you got my back? And on my 43rd birthday, he said, yep, I do.
It's giving God has your back.
What's wrong?
Well, I know where to put my stuff.
No, you don't. You don't really.
Side eye. It's so fancy. I want to go home. Madison, you're still a goose. You don't have a home now.
The sunbeam, I'll be a sunbeam for you.
God, lucky Logan. That poor guy's exhausted. Maddie is so valid for just walking away. Why was the camera just on her that whole time as she's like walking away? There were a few moments when we were filming And I remember just feeling so freaking awkward because the camera was just sitting there. And I was like, what am I supposed to do now? Like, do you want me to cry or something? Like, I can't push it out. I'm not, it feels really awkward. That music was awful. Also, probably the worst song actually I've ever heard in my life. That version, no hate to the whoever wrote it, but also I hate them. Just kidding, that was terrible. But like, ooh, side eye. I'm very passionate about this awful song because like it can be cute when like kids are singing. Whatever, that doesn't even matter. Welcome to Las Vegas. I actually thought that the rental was kind of cool. We watched a bunch of TLC things too, like My Strange Addiction, which I'm pretty sure Trisha Paytas was on too. So like Trisha, you and I are like kind of one and the same, except for like a lot of things. But yeah, we watched a lot of TLC shows. There was like a pool table and like nothing we were used to as like a poor family. We were like basically a poor family. And so it was really cool like being there and like all these cool fancy new things. Dad's whole thing about like where we go one, we go all, which I'm pretty sure that's like a QAnon statement. But like maybe that was a thing before then. I don't think like any of that stuff existed back then. It probably did. Whatever. With Leon, like when we actually end up moving and like moving into the actual rentals we actually live in, we don't actually live like near each other. Like I think they would have been fine to just stay in Utah the rest of the semester. Also, I do remember during this time when we were moving, my like biggest priority was like I have things in my dresser, which I said that before, but I still think it's the weirdest thing to me that like I was mostly concerned about the things. Also, with all of the things that we were, I'm saying things so many times. Anyway, with all the stuff that we left in the like the big home, like all the boxes and stuff, we had actually some family friends, not families, but like some family friends. They ended up staying there for a little bit, like living there for a little bit, and we just left it a serious pigsty. And I remember Aspen being like, yeah, we left it a mess. And then she was like, and then I went back and it like didn't look that bad. And I said something like that to Janelle. The way she interpreted it was like, I was like, oh yeah, Aspen said it looked disgusting. It was horrible and disgusting. And like, these people are so gross. And Janelle was like rightfully offended. And she was like, Gwendlyn, don't say that shit to them. Because like they were staying in her house and being super nice and it sounded like I was being mean to them, but not really. The lights before Las Vegas, every time we would drive down to Las Vegas, I would get so excited because we would see this huge like just string of lights, and then turns out like every single time without fail it was just like a factory. I don't even know what kind of factory, but it was just a factory on the left with a bunch of like bright lights on it, and then you had like 30 minutes left to go until you were actually in Las Vegas, which sucked. And that's also a thing in Flagstaff, where you'll be driving and you'll hit trees and like, well, bam, I'm here. And then it's like, no, actually, you're not. You have 30 minutes left to go. And like, it's Arizona. How many trees can there be? Am I right? It's crazy. And it offends me. It's hurtful. How could they betray me like that, you know? I have a few questions for the Q&A. Not a lot, but like some people ask questions here and there. And I was like, okay, I'll just add them. So Emily says, I noticed when your dad, Mary, and Robin walked in the party, Robin's kids walked in with them. Oh, like when we were, I think, last episode. So I'm answering questions about last episode, which I think is actually a really good idea. Why weren't they with the rest of you getting ready for the party? Seems like Robin never leaves her kids with the other moms. I don't really have an answer for this question, but I thought it was a really, really good point. And I just thought I would like let the group think about it, because why? You know? Like Robin, I think I've noticed she doesn't really let her kids alone at all in general. And I wonder if like it's this irrational fear because of like polygamous trauma or like marriage trauma or something. But I don't know why, and I do find it a little bit weird. Then Christine says they're talking about like the fear and how it's drilled into you like as a kid with the whole culture. Obviously you were a kid at the time, but does your perspective of this whole situation change as you get older? I wasn't actually very afraid. The parents didn't really drill fear into the younger kids as much. I think especially since the church homeschool coalition we went to was very like, it was our people, so it was safe to talk about that stuff there. So the younger kids weren't as like afraid of it, but I have heard like Hunter and like Logan, that like age range, they had some fear around it. Not me too much. My perspective just does change a little bit, like with the move. I think at the time I wasn't stressed at the time, But like over time since then, the more I've heard about it, the more I've been like, oh my god, it sounds like such a terrible, stressful time. And like now that I'm watching it, it's like obviously terrible and stressful, especially that last episode with all of the cars, like the car tires going terrible and like popping and stuff. I almost said the car's breaking down, but that's not what's happening. At least we've had some bad luck sometimes. But yeah, it's like it's not as, what I'm watching isn't as bad as what I assumed, but at the same time it is also still very, very bad. And I just, a lot of people like watch it and they're like, it's not that bad at all. And when I'm watching it, I'm like, oh my god, like the police were driving by, and the majority of the time that the police are driving by, it's not actually like a thing. But this episode, I'm pretty, besides like when the state trooper came over, that wasn't anything. This episode, I'm pretty sure was like actually a thing, because like the cop was like driving slow behind, you know? So I think that while it's not as awful as it could have been, it still was, it was difficult, you know? So my perspective has of course changed, but I think the recognition of the fear isn't any different from my own perspective. It's unbiased. And then Erica, this one isn't really related to this episode, but I thought I would answer it just for fun. It's been a joy watching your wedding on social. Was your wedding filmed for the show? Will we get to see your vows, etc.? Congratulations. Thank you so much, Erica. It was not filmed for the show. I specifically did not want it filmed for the show. I just wanted that to be like kind of private and personal, more like family related. Vows, I still haven't decided yet. Probably not. But also when I say probably not, I'm also like, maybe. So I haven't decided yet at all on that. Terribly sorry for my voice. At the party, I was like yelling a bunch, and I think in my social media, you'll see me be like, yes, period, because my friend's singing a song that's amazing. And so I've totally lost my voice since then. I hope that's okay. Maybe it adds like a little bit of spice, like when Phoebe on Friends lost her voice and like her voice was suddenly like sultry and stuff. Maybe I'm like soothing you to sleep and stuff. So hopefully I didn't ruin the whole experience. But thank you so much for watching. Hopefully the Q&A was like satisfactory. I don't get as much questions anymore, but feel free to ask questions in the comments. I would love to look at them, and I would love to add them as well to a video. And thank you once again so much for watching. We're going to be watching the last episode of this season next Friday. And this one's going to be Sister Wives and City of Sin. And I think that's just gonna be like a day in the life kind of thing. And I am interested to see how this goes, because I do genuinely remember like quite a bit of the stuff that was going on at the rental we stayed at, like how early we had to wake up because school was so far away and stuff. So I think it's gonna be really nice to get back into like looking at like how difficult it was initially, especially since we were technically, now that I'm actually thinking about it, it was a rental, so we weren't actually homeless because we were actually renting it out. And we did also start school, so that was really big. It was kind of shocking to get into school and like change so much. We had already like had a brief like start into school because we had already started going to public school, but this one was in Las Vegas, was very different. But besides that, we'll be watching that episode next time. Please stay tuned for that episode. Thank you so much for watching this one. Please like, please comment, please subscribe. It really helps. And thank you so much for watching once again. I will see you all next time. Mwah! Thank you.